From fake songwriting claims to causing global warming, the controversy surrounding Taylor Swift is at an all-time high. Here are some of Taylor's biggest controversies. The private jet controversy. The summer of 2022, a time when people got mad as Taylor found herself in the hot seat over her private jet usage. Taylor was among a group of celebrities that were called out for their abnormally frequent flights, which are brutally horrible in terms of CO2 emissions and also harming the environment. A study from a marketing firm crowned Taylor Swift as the worst of the worst when it comes to unnecessary emissions, singling out a particularly short flight from Missouri to Nashville that clocked in at, wait for it, 36 minutes. Yes, and apparently 34 of those minutes were spent taking off and landing. Taylor's camp was quick to respond with a spokesperson that issued a statement trying to set the record straight, as they pointed out that Taylor's jet is often loaned out to other individuals, suggesting that not all of the flights should be pinned solely on Taylor. And what a clever response that is. Passing it off. Oh, it's not my problem. You know, I loan out my private jet when people want to use it. It was a friend. It wasn't me.
We all know that Taylor Swift has spent more time in private jets than 90% of the population has spent in regular planes combined. But I just saw that she took a plane to go 28 miles.
The fake songwriting controversy. Here comes Damon Albarn, one of the musical geniuses behind the group Gorillaz, because he had something to say to Taylor when he called her out in 2022 for not writing her own music. He told Time magazine that Taylor is a quote-unquote fraud, and that co-writing songs does not count as writing your own music. Swifties were obviously a little taken aback and mad, and Taylor even took to Twitter herself to clack back, where she tweeted, "At Damon Albarn, I was such a big fan of yours until I saw this. I write all of my own songs. Your hot take is completely false and so damaging. You don't have to like my songs, but it's really effed up to try and discredit my writing. Wow! P.S. I wrote this tweet all by myself, in case you were wondering." You get him, Taylor. The Netflix controversy. In March 2021, Taylor Swift took an aim at Netflix series Genie in Georgia, sharing a screenshot of a scene where a joke was made that said, "You go through men faster than Taylor Swift." Now, is this a joke or is this reality? I don't really know, but Taylor got mad, and she got offended enough to the point where she took it out on Twitter, calling him out, saying, "Hey, Genie in Georgia, 2010 called and it wants its lazy, deeply sexist joke back. How about we stop degrading hardworking women by defining this horse bleep as funny?" Also, at Netflix, after Miss Americana, "This outfit doesn't look cute on you. Happy Women's History Month, I guess." Anyways, Genie in Georgia ended up managing to snag a second season renewal back in April 2021, and it has pretty decent reviews on IMDb. The political controversy. Taylor caught people's attention over the years for her reluctance to discuss her political views publicly. Despite having a significant platform, it wasn't until 2018 that Taylor publicly voiced her support for the Democratic parties of Tennessee. Since then, she's become more vocal about her stance on social rights, from abortion to LGBTQ. Reflecting on her past silence surrounding these political matters, Taylor shared with Variety magazine in 2020, saying that every time I didn't speak up about politics as a young person, I was applauded for it. It was wild. I said, I'm a 22-year-old girl, people don't want to hear what I have to say about politics, and people would just be like, yeah! Taylor referenced the Dixie Chicks being ostracized from country music after speaking out against former President George W. Bush as a reason for her initial hesitance. "It terrified me," she admitted. "These days with social media, people can be so mad about something one day and then forget what they were mad about just a couple of weeks later."
More than 35,000 new voters have been registered after Swift encouraged her followers to sign up on National Voter Registration Day, September 19th.
And here comes my personal favorite. It is the Scooter Braun controversy itself, the reason why Taylor has all the fame that she has at the moment. Because from 2006 to 2017, Taylor Swift released 6 albums with Scooter Braun as her producer and his record label Big Machine. However, when her contract was up in 2018, Taylor tried to buy back her own albums, but the label Big Machine wanted her to sign another 10-year deal, saying that for every album that she recorded from that point on, she would get one of her previous albums back. Doesn't seem like a good business deal to me. Taylor thought the same thing as she refused and later called out Scooter Braun and Scott Borchetta, his co-producer, on social media. She said, "For years I asked, pleaded for a chance to own my work. Instead, I was given an opportunity to sign back up to Big Machine Records and earn one album back at a time for every new one I turned in. I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of all my master records as it was announced to the world. All I could think about was the incessant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years," and she later accused Braun and Borchetta of actually preventing her from performing any of her older songs at the 2019 AMAs. The label actually denied that claim, but the Swifties don't care what the label denies, let me tell you. It was at that point that Taylor decided to make the biggest and most successful move of her entire career, where she decided to start re-recording all of her own albums to release as her own intellectual property, and voila! The Taylor's version saga was born. So which of these Taylor controversies was the most shocking for you to hear? Did you know that Taylor re-recorded all of her own music due to the record label mistreating her? Let us know how you feel about Taylor Swift in the comments down below, and until then, have a great day from the team here at FTD News.